Hey, welcome back everybody. We're coming into the second round of the Archon tournament at Fantasy Flight Games. This is on, what do we say, March the 22nd?
Yes, definitely.
We're following Chase again this week. He's coming off a first round loss against Vinny. Strong player, tough first round matchup. This same deck we saw going 3-1 in the previous event. And I suppose with one loss, still an opportunity to pull that 3-1 again in this event. Leading off with a raiding knight on his first turn, reaping with it, with inspiration.
Let's see.
And using the cannon to take the armor off of that raiding knight, then the ganger to ready the smash to fight to destroy the raiding knight. We're not sure who we're playing against in this round. Very quiet. We'll try to key into the voices in the recording, see if we can learn a little bit about who this person might be. Also not able to see what's on their Archon card. So far we've seen Brabnar and Brabnar only. Try to take a peek into their hand.
A little mystery in Archon, which is very strange. Let's see.
Chase with a fistful of shadows over here. We see a moon cursor. We'll go with the Sanctum.
Just popping out some quick amber.
Get some cards out of his hand. He'll generate 2. Of course, these Brabnar guys are going to do just by sitting there. Oh no, I lost my video.
Okay, hold on. Technical difficulties. Let's see here.
I'm ready if you're ready.
Let's rock and roll. Keep going.
Are you still watching?
Yep. Well, it's just going now.
All right.
Sorry about that. Let's see.
Here we are. We're back. Chase asking some questions, giving us some clues. Only plays here at Fantasy Flight. We see a Charette and a Pit Demon down. Seeing Sanctum and Dis. Or not Sanctum, Brabnar. And now Reaping again. This is Brabnar creatures. Looks like a rock hurling giant. It'll deal, I believe, 2 damage, maybe 4 damage each time our opponent is able to discard a card. That's a passive effect, will trigger on any turn. An easy way to take care of troublesome, evasive, or skirmishing shadows creatures like that moon cursor.
Yep. And I was saying, yeah, that's one of those cards that I also have a hard time using sometimes, just because it seems like whenever I have for Brabnar, I want to use, and it's like the one time I don't actually have something
Indeed.
like a useless war song or something like that in my hand.
Yeah, and this time opting just to reap, playing the war song for no value. Juicy looking Charette over there with 3 amber on it. Choosing to stun the Pit Demon, saying, I know that you just played Brabnar. I'm more worried about you moving back into your disc creatures on their next turn.
Well, and that's the one that has the reap effect, or the action, I should say. It's not a reap effect. That's really the only thing that's got something that you need to use it in order to actually get that special ability going.
Absolutely. Any of that recursive stealing can add up very, very quickly. If you allow the Pit Demon to steal only 2 amber, that's a 4 amber swing in the game, setting you back more than half of the key from your opponent. Knight to the Rat to steal 2, alongside an Umbra and choosing to play the bad penny.
So I guess looks like the mystery's gone. We've got a Shadows, Brobnar, Dis deck here.
Yeah, a strong combination. And we see some of those very powerful cards in each house. Tourette, Ganger Chieftain, and triggering the Magda. Well, it can get some value. Magda, of course, play, steal 2, leaves play, opponent steals 2. Important to kill that when you can steal those 2 amber back, not allowing your opponent to forge and deny your opportunity to steal them back. He's taking out the Umbra as well. And again, opting not to use his Potion of Invulnerability when it might have prevented some damage for him.
Well, I mean,
Bumpsy now with 1 damage,
yeah.
an easy free trade against the bad penny, which will just go back to hand. Oh, I suppose it's got the Banner of Battle. He allows the snib to trigger. And a chance here to discard that penny, but he'll play her again. Finishing blow. Like a more powerful version of Relentless Whispers, as it does all the damage needed to damage or to destroy an already damaged creature.
Yeah, the only downside is you don't get that steal effect.
You do, in fact, get the steal effect. You get 1 for playing it, 1 for stealing, although it can only target a creature that's already been damaged.
There you go. Okay, that's one of those cards I don't see very often, so...
Yeah, a seldom seen rare in Shadows. And another piece of powerful spot removal that house does have access to. Thinking carefully now. Rock Hurling Giant, of course, the most powerful creature on the board.
Yep.
With 6 power.
But he still can discard that card to get use out of him.
Yeah, as a static effect, that's still available to him. And not limited to Brobnar. Twice he's opted to play that bad penny. And a bait and switch to steal 2. And again, we're seeing a small potatoes bait and switch.
Yep, just enough to get him off the key.
Indeed, and with 2 Shadows creatures on board, an opportunity to go even higher here.
Yep. Put him
Moving to 6 himself.
7.
To 7, in fact. Still no value coming off of that Rock Hurling Giant. We'll capture with the Raiding Knight, but will it be enough? Honorable Claim, it will. As each knight will capture an additional amber. And Chase using those stuns to fight back on board. Deny the opportunities to fight back. But with that cannon and that Rock Hurling Giant, the direct damage potential from our opponent still very high. Chase moving to 7 amber. Still no keys yet in this game.
Yep, lots of back and forth key denials on the first one. So we'll see if he can deny this key or if we're going to let one go through.
Thinking very carefully here. And a hard time looking into our opponent's hand to see what they might be considering. We'll choose to use House Brabner on stunning their Rock Hurling Giant.
Yep.
Playing a Gauntlet of Command, one of the most impactful artifacts available in Brabner, possibly in Keyforge as a whole, allowing you to ready and fight with a creature each time it's used. Giving each Brabner creature in your hand the opportunity to fight as soon as it hits the board, or alternatively, to fight with non-Brobnar creatures on your Brobnar turns.
See, bringing out a fire spitter.
Charge complete.
And fighting right back on the board after all that thought. And using Follow the Leader to unstun his Pit Demon. Unstunning the board, building a bigger board of his own, making the choice to allow the key with the goal of taking over the board, giving himself the opportunity later on to hopefully deny keys more effectively or generate them more quickly himself.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a fistful of shadows over here.
Yeah, including a Key of Darkness. Key of Darkness now, every time we've seen it in his hand, into the discard pile right away.
I'm gonna say, well, hopefully one of these days we'll see it go.
Someday.
It's probably one of the most difficult key cheats in the game.
Certainly. Along with Epic Quest, a difficult one to fire. Epic Quest, fortunately, will give you an amber for playing it. And does not need to trigger later on. You can put it on the board as a way of simply removing it from your deck and discard pile.
Yep, and it's one of
Key
those...
of Darkness, not so lucky as an action. All you can do is throw it away over and over.
I say even like Key Abduction will give you an amber and will give you an opportunity to either put some Mars creatures back in your hand or even into your opponent's. So, like I said, Key of Darkness is one of those. And so you have to try to get your opponent down to 0 just to get that cheap key of 8. So it's rough.
Chase choosing shadows. Getting 2 from his Relentless Whispers as he kills the Silvertooth. Then steals. He'll go up to 4. And going to 8 amber, but the 3 amber in his opponent's pool, denying the opportunity for the Key of Darkness. And old Bruno, in that situation, we would have seen it go off. And bait and switch into Chase's hand. He's moved to 8 amber, saying, "You couldn't stop me last time. You decided to fight for the board. Can that board stop me this time?"
Oh, I was gonna say, I think we both got enamored there by the 3D printer conversation.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. Too much to protect.
Taking away 2. And Naughty, but Naughty will not be able to take that 6th.
Yeah, it looks like
He's going to allow the second key. Chase moving into a commanding position in this game as he has his bait and switch in hand.
yeah,
And will be able to play Steal 3.
and it's definitely coming out.
It will, right to the front of his hand. We'll see that hit the board. He'll steal 3. He'll reap with Silvertooth.
Got another Silvertooth in hand.
He'll be able to move to 5, and even that to steal 1 will be too slow.
Oh, it's a moon.
See a moon cursor, as well as a Silvertooth. You were right.
I was gonna say, wait a second. Thought I
And
saw
he's
it
going to
there.
choose, will he reap twice to go to 5, or will he kill the Naughty?
You know, killing the Naughty for a Silvertooth, it's not a bad play.
No, and knowing that he's unlikely to move into shadows on his next turn. And opting to reap, interestingly, Chase, who has shown us time and again his inclination to favor board control over amber generation, in this situation, opting to reap, seeing, hey, I have 2 keys, I can go to 5 amber, I can put you in an untenable situation of being forced to deny my keys over and over, and I think that you will run out of resources to do so. A heads up play, in my opinion.
Yeah, I definitely would agree with that. This is, I mean, definitely putting the pressure on his opponent. Chase is sitting at 2 keys plus 5, and they still haven't forged 1. So they're definitely in the weeds.
Yeah. And we've seen the bait and switch out of the too much to protect out of the opponent.
He also played a bait and switch earlier.
And we saw the bait and switch, that's right. Banner of Battle, protecting that moon cursor. He's making a mess on the table now.
Yeah, that banner of battle. I tell you, it's extremely strong.
Oh, and he just torpedoed his opportunity to it's Coward's End, as we hear him say. He'd forgotten.
Oh.
As he tried to set up a big Coward's End, he protected inadvertently all of Chase's creatures by damaging them with the Fire Spitter. An opportunity to discard that Coward's End, perhaps, get 4 damage off that Rock Hurling Giant, which still has not triggered, coming down on the 2nd turn of the game.
This is true. I mean, simple discard.
The cannon available to kill the Moon Cursor for free. Even available to put damage on your own creatures. Set up that Coward's End. And continuing to neglect. And he does choose to play it, gaining the chains, limiting his resource generation right when he needs it the most. Chase with 2 creatures on board, a fistful of cards. He's going to have no problem moving from 5 to 6, and as he looks across the table, he knows that the only thing to be afraid... Well, now there's a crump to give that tension to say, do you go to 7 to deny the crump and risk the burn the stockpile or Lomir Flame Fist? And likely you do, knowing that your opponent has just played Brabnar.
Right, pumping up to 7 here. Let's see if Chase is just going to deny it or sprint for the finish. Oh, we got some bumpsies coming out.
And right on time. Yep. And at exactly 6, having stunned the crump, he may have mitigated all... Oh, and an urchin.
Yeah.
An urchin will do the trick.
But now, at this point, we're just kind of delaying the inevitable.
I think so as well. Upon sacrifice, he's putting his amber now on his Gauntlet of Command, confusingly.
I find myself doing that, especially when I'm in a rush, trying to get out of a situation. I'll put my amber someplace it doesn't belong, like my discard pile or something like that.
Absolutely. Such a good thing to know about yourself. These are the mistakes that I make when I start to feel rushed.
Yep.
And obviously, that not an important mistake. However,
there's the
as the opponent scoops it up, you do make important mistakes when you start playing rush. and being able to spot those effects, those signs that you're playing rushed before they turn into bigger problems. A good thing to know about yourself as a player.
That is true. So here we
So
are.
chase at 1-1,
Yeah.
moving into round 3, still with an opportunity to match his record last time of 3-1. We'll be back with round 3 in just a few minutes.
See you then.